Welcome, gentle viewers, to the epilogue of Slay the Spire. Since I've finished the main story, I still want to check out sort of alternate endings, and I'm gonna try to get through or discover new things in this episode that I haven't experienced before. We have these memories here, so we can see sort of what we have, what kind of endings and beginnings we've seen before, and whatnot. So I'm gonna try to fill this out. However, I probably won't succeed, and I'm only gonna do one episode. So we'll just see how much we can discover in one go.
You're on a path in the woods.
I'm gonna liberally use the skip button because I wanna sort of efficiently discover things.
Fine. I suppose you just...
I have never committed to trying to leave over and over and over again.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you?
Yeah, this is new.
It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
Good. Maybe everyone should die. That's what they get for dumping me in the woods and asking me to kill someone for them. Why shouldn't kill highlight like this?
When I said everyone, I meant everyone. That's a pretty large group to just condemn to death over a single princess. And, last I checked, you're part of everyone too, so if you think about it, walking up to that cabin and slaying her is really in your best interests as well. But fine,
I know that
you turn around and trek back down the path you came.
I know the truth of what I am now. I am part of the princess. We are one.
Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
Oh yeah? Well, I guess I start walking in a different direction. Again, in fact. I'm going to just keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this place.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will. And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes.
Interesting.
Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be. Wait, what's going on? But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world. You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
What? Chapter 2, The Stranger.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
Oh look, there's like a wall here now.
And in the basement of that cabin is
Weird.
a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
You aren't kidding. She actually ended the world last time, didn't she? What the hell is she?
Last I checked, there wasn't any last time. We've just met, you and I. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking.
Contrarian.
It's like a captive audience. The entire world ending wasn't enough to get rid of us. I don't think there's much he can do other than object. I wonder what else we can do to ruin his day. If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off. The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky. The world hasn't ended yet, and you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
No. Those walls weren't here last time. You can't just force me to go to the cabin.
What are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess.
Lie. Yep, okay. Heading to the cabin now, where I'm definitely gonna slay that princess.
You know I can tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously. I am begging you. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar. Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it. Let's keep an open mind.
Wow, we have literally no option but to proceed into the cabin.
The cabin
Strange.
interior
Whoa.
is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected
Cool.
across what's almost the same space. But it's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense.
Oh my god. Look at this effect. That's so cool. It's like a liminal space.
The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths, its material devoid of feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust, or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway? No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise?
I'm really excited to see what she's like now.
You can't just say that. Not when everything here is so wrong. Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world. And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her. Oh, ho, ho, ho. You've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves? Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together. Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm. How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us. I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind. Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird.
True.
What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard. Okay, I'm fine. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task.
So, I wonder if approaching the mirror is any different in this weird
You walk
version.
up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. You reach forward and rub your hand, but there was a mirror, and now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to see.
All right. Do we take the blade? I think we take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Okay, fine, you took the knife, but you really shouldn't hold it like that. Then how are we supposed to hold it? The other way, thumb at the bottom. It will look much cooler and more serious if we hold it with our thumb at the bottom.
Like this?
It really doesn't matter how you hold the blade, as long as you have it. Just make a choice.
Hold the blade the other way. You can see the pointer is holding it like that. So let's see what happens.
Switch your
Yes,
grip on the blade.
it happened. No, it's like this. That's so funny.
Yes! Isn't this so much better? Okay, fine. You're right. This does look a lot better. It really doesn't matter. Just get on with it and deal with the princess already.
That's an exploration choice. I kind of want to do it, but no, let's enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open,
cool.
revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials. Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down. The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odour that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour.
The narrator always says that, no matter what the situation is.
Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you. Oh, don't be such a baby. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die. But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure. And what's that?
We're holding the blade in a cool way.
That the fate of the world hinges on your success? There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his death.
Oh no. I wonder if this actually matters. Let's take the center staircase to start.
You step onto the center staircase. Paths wind out around you in all directions, each step branching into its own staircases, which branch into their own staircases, and so on. You aren't quite sure if yours is taking you up or down, but at the very least, it's taking you somewhere. You concentrate on where you are, careful not to stray onto any of the many splitting branches that tempt you on all sides. You wouldn't want to have to backtrack to yours once you'd made a decision that took you someplace else. And so you take one careful, focused step after another. 1 foot down, another foot down, another after that. You lose yourself in following the correct pattern, in following what looks to be the true path, the one that cuts straight down, or up, or maybe sideways. But no matter the direction it goes, it certainly is the most true path. You know that much.
What?
You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go. Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether. Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten. Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Can I help you?
Spooky.
What the hell was that? What happened to us? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still The same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's time to get back to our old devilish ways.
No, we're holding the knife the wrong way now.
The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here. And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here to... He's just being an ass, we remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems normal.
Getting down here was weird. Like I was pulled apart and put back together again. Do you know what happened to me?
I don't remember what it was like before I was in this place. Why would I know what happened to you? I'm probably stuck down here forever.
Oh my god.
There's no way out, and barely a way in.
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. And where there was once just one of her, there is now another. We can do that? I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back?
Put her back, put her back.
You said you'd been here before, right? What exactly happened last time? Does it matter? Yes, it matters. But I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritating about it. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it? Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now. Ooh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of it.
Wait. This is one dialogue option, but 3 things are gonna happen. That's so confusing. There's more of you now.
There must be something wrong with you. I'm the same as I was a moment ago. I don't feel like I've gotten any bigger. And what's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to get under my skin?
She fractures again. I don't like where this is going. Neither do I. Which is why you need to slay her now before things get more complicated than they already are. How would we even do that? Where would we start? You could always start by stabbing her. Which her? Any of them. I don't know about you, but I'm sure glad we took that knife with us. I can't believe someone suggested you toss it out the window. Can you imagine? I don't think we're going to be able to put her back. Kind of hurts to think about it, doesn't it? It's like everything we say just multiplies her. It certainly looks that way, so please, for the love of everything, stop asking her questions and stop stalling. You're obviously just making things worse.
Okay, obviously we need to take the role of the contrarian and ask her every single question that we can. What's your name?
Princess. You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really. It doesn't matter. I've been down here for so long. What's the point of a name if there's no one around to use it?
None of them have names. How astute. I told you she was untrustworthy.
You're apparently a threat to the world. I was sent here to slay you.
I don't have any weapons, and I'm chained to a wall. Do I look like someone that could end the world? Do I look like a monster?
Everything you've heard about me is true, and I'm going to lay waste to everything, starting with you.
Okay, this was fun for a bit, but we can't even really interact with her, can we? What's the point of asking questions if all we're going to get is a million answers?
For science.
Can't even follow what's going on anymore. We need to get out of here. This whole place is making me itch.
If I let you out of here, what are you gonna do?
I don't think I can answer that question in a way you'd find meaningful. I just want to live my life.
Aw.
I'm not going to dance for you. Besides,
You already know what I'm going to do.
if you want to put an end to me, then put an end to me.
Not a single real answer. At least aside from Miss Blood and Destruction. It's infuriating, isn't it? Whose buttons are there for us to press? Whose skin is there for us to get under? Not exactly how I'd put it, but I don't disagree. There must be something we can do. Asking questions just seems to make things worse. This is reaching its breaking point. If you don't act now, there will be nothing in here but her. Take a deep breath and focus up. You can do this. But how do we decide what to do? Can there even be a right choice when all of them are so different? Stop overthinking it. Your drifting thoughts have clearly been part of the reason this situation has gotten out of hand. If you're trying to do the right thing, there's only ever been the one option, and that option is slaying her. Just do something. Do anything. Do all of it, if that's what you want. This place is hell, and it's only getting worse.
Yeah, so we only have one option left, and it's the 3 options in one.
Wait, that's not right. Go on. You take a step forward. Your foot lands.
Oh, there's many of us.
Different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions. All at once you charge forward, knife beaming to slay the princess just as you strike at her bindings and leave her to languish alone. Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess. But this... we can't... Do you not have anything witty to say?
Oh god.
I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating. Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves before it all falls apart. I think he's gone.
Whoa.
We were never going to salvage this, were we?
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and others, they just don't fit. They just don't fit. We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable. Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
We should help her. I think we did this. How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences. It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
It's gonna be okay. Yep. An ending. But you don't know if she had the chance to hear your reply. She's gone, replaced with something else.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and...
The narrator is gone.
Yes. Does that mean the world ended? What are we supposed to do now?
I think we're supposed to look at them in the mirror.
Dreadful about it. I don't think you should. No, don't do that.
I don't know where she went, and I don't know how we'd even go about looking for her.
Right. She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing. Again, what the hell are we supposed to do?
Approach the
I'm
mirror.
begging you, don't do this.
The mirror has never scared you before? That's not true. The mirror has scared the hero, I think, before.
It's different now. It feels... I don't know.
Oh, right.
Final.
When we see the mirror in the cabin. When you approach the mirror, we've done this before. Gaze into your reflection. But is there a new reflection? It's you. Oh, it's just me. Approach her.
Something
Cool.
finds me in the long quiet.
I'm gonna go through all the dialogue and
solitary
see what I've listened to and what I haven't.
Thoughts
Here we
without
go.
connections. A dim and nascent network. I wish to be more.
What do you think I am?
I think that you are like me.
Exactly.
We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing.
The gift of a fragile vessel.
Yes. Nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own. I am sorry that you met this vessel so early in your journey, but they will make for a rich and vibrant heart. Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves. How can the world... I'm sorry. There are some
Let
changes
her out of
that
there.
can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me. I promise that it doesn't hurt.
I believe you. Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here?
I
Nope.
have only just now stirred to consciousness.
Do you know about the worlds beyond this place?
I know
Are you the princess?
she is... You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
I guess not. Do we know each other?
You are from...
What happens now? I've never attacked the entity or destroyed the body. My body. I want to try that. You raise your will to end your life, but as it buries into the space your body should be, you feel nothing at all. One of the many hands in front of you reaches forward and gently touches the side of your face.
There's nowhere for you to be but here.
I don't want to attack the Silent Mound. Death. But we gotta try it. Your will cuts across the entity in front of you, but nothing happens.
My roots burrow in an ocean beyond your sight. We cannot harm each other as we are now. Nothing. I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
How much will I forget?
Everything.
Oh. It's hard to know what I've already asked and what I haven't.
Then we will be here forever, as... You ask...
You're being semantic. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can...
I'm not going to go back. Wait.
If you need time, then I'll wait with you.
Aw. Wait forever.
You are as I am now, and forever is a long time to remain undone.
Mm-hmm.
I am not you, but I know that I would return before forever was finished. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping? If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage. You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until you're ready to return to mine.
Okay, the game crashed. I'm restarting it now, but I don't actually know if this was part of the game design, because I just finished playing Undertale, and that game intentionally crashed as part of the story. Oh my god. How weird. You have returned to me, though you were gone mere moments. I never left your side. I just got an achievement. Attempt to outweight your destiny. That is so cool. Okay, make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
You're
That was
on a
interesting.
path in the woods.
All right. Let's see. I want to think about what I want to do next. All right. What I want to do is try to kill the princess from the get-go. No tricks, just rush in and kill her. But let's just silently continue.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Why couldn't I
We're not going to go through
skip
with
this?
right? The interior of the cabin is...
Take the blade,
Take the...
enter the basement. We're on a mission.
The door to the basement creaks open. Good.
Continue
You're
down.
still listening to reason.
Seal your nerves and step forward.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tight.
Oh? No talking then?
Slay the princess.
You lunge forward without
I
a
have done
moment's
this before.
hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh, this is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
It's like she's convinced. Yes. Even as she lays there dying. But it's over, isn't it? But is it over? Really over?
Of course not. That was too easy.
It's over. Don't we should make sure. What's the harm in checking for a pulse?
Oh, you know what? I think I remember last time I did this, I
really don't think you should. And
did.
why shouldn't we? Is there some... I've told you everything that's happened with complete accuracy. The prince...
Okay, so you're right. She's dead. Let's just get out of here.
Yes, exactly.
Yep, that's new.
It's over. With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible? You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience. But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here. You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away. What happened? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone is happy. You'll be happy.
So in the narrative, the narrator is someone who died, but had the power to split death into, like, split that concept into two beings in the attempt to try to force us to destroy the concept of decay and death. So did we accomplish that now? Is this exactly what the narrator wanted? And will it work? I was kind of hoping I'd get a better ending for saving the world.
This isn't an ending. In fact, now that the princess has been slain, endings are a thing of the past. No. This is the beginning of eternity. Your reward. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months or years or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier.
You're just telling me... You telling me I've never been happier doesn't mean I'm actually happier.
Psst. Hey. We're not just gonna stay here forever, right?
Hell no. Do you have any idea how to get us the heck out of here?
I do, but you're probably not going to like it. The blade. We can use the blade to get out of this. I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero. He's right. It's the only way out. Do you hear that? It wants to take this happiness away from you. It wants this wonderful place to end. Do you not? There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take that blade and use it.
I agree. With the knowledge we have,
Don't you dare.
that's true. Anything to get out of this hell.
Thank you. I made this happy little place for you. Is this not a good enough reward for saving the world? An eternity of bliss? You ingrate? Fine. Whatever. For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you throw open the door to the basement and walk down the stairs. The princess's body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it. You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die. The end. Nice knowing you.
The Spectre.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
I love the start of the game. This sentence is such a wonderful way to start a story. Like, the premise is so great.
You're here to slay her.
This part as well.
If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
It's so powerful because it sets... It creates so many questions, but also creates a goal immediately. But I killed myself. What am I doing here?
I can assure you that you're not dead. And to answer your second question, you're here to slay the princess. I literally told you that a second ago. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe that's fine. It wasn't very hard to kill her last time. We'll just do it again. Well, if for whatever reason you're going to insist that this has happened before, at least your heart's in the right place.
Proceed to the cabin.
A warning. Before she will lie, she won't be a problem.
Why won't she be a problem?
The interior of the cabin is cold.
This is a new room.
A soft odor of dirt permeating the air. Cobwebs flutter in the corners. You can hear wind whistling outside, banging the shutters against the windows. The only furniture of note is an elegant antique table with a pristine blade perched on the edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. It feels like no one's been here for a long, long time. Like I've been saying, she's dead. We killed her already. That's because there isn't a mirror. There's a table, there's death, there isn't. Who cares if there's a mirror? Let's just go into the basement and find her body so we can be done with this.
I don't care. I want to look at myself. I want to see how handsome I am.
I care less about that and more about whether we're being lied to. If he's willing to lie about something as innocuous as a mirror, what else is he hiding from us? I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would it even do? You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. This really isn't funny. You reach forward and rub your hand
Every
against the
time.
cabin wall. But it was there a second ago, and now it's gone. Let's
So
not
annoying.
spend much longer worrying over it. Clearly, it's not even important enough to be acknowledged.
Take the blade.
Take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to...
We're gonna take the blade because I want to have consistent follow through with this narrative of trying to destroy the princess.
The door to the basement groans open, revealing an old banister and a creaky wooden stairwell. Everything is coated in a thick layer of dust, and you can feel it settle into your lungs as you breathe in the stale air. The very building itself feels dead. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. The room below is silent. Nobody's here. Naturally. As much as I appreciate the optimism, you shouldn't be so sure. I guess we'll just have to go down and see. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body lying in a heap on the floor,
Cool.
its wrist still bound to the wall by a thick chain. Okay, she's definitely dead. It's just like I told you. Before you have a chance to finish your thought, the top of a head appears from underneath the floor. Two
That startled me.
deep-set eyes stare up at you, followed by a mischievous skeletal grin. And finally,
Hi!
the rest of the body floats up to join the head. Wait, this isn't right. What's going on here? Ghost! Oh,
Really, hero?
wow. How absolutely terrifying. What's a ghost supposed to do to us?
Oh, it's you. Hiya, Keller. I was hoping to see you again. I have some issues with how our last meeting went.
The princess drifts across the room into your orbit, gently running her fingers across your shoulders and down your neck as she circles you. Her touch is cold and ethereal, formless yet real enough that her icy fingertips send shivers dancing across your skin. So she has a body, and she's right there. That means we could kill her again, if we wanted to.
That's what I was thinking. Slay the princess.
Without a moment's hesitation, you lash out with your blade. It's like you're slashing at air. No matter how many times you stab at her, no matter how many angles you strike from, all you manage to do is interrupt her form, the skin of your hand prickling with cold as it passes through, unable to find anything solid.
I was hoping that the blade would be a special blade that can destroy ghosts.
You're adorable when you're confused. But I didn't
Oh
say
my
you
God.
could touch me.
Ew.
Why are you even here? Just making sure you finish the job, or what?
Okay, team, I'm out of ideas. Thoughts?
She might be making it hard for us to kill her body, but those bones look very, very real. Maybe breaking them breaks her. Or maybe burying them would put her to rest. Don't take any piece of her outside of this cabin. Maybe you should stop looking for loopholes and try harder to actually slay her. But we are trying.
I guess I can slay the princess harder.
You swing at the princess once more, and once more your blade cuts through nothing as she disappears.
Really?
Her voice chides from elsewhere in the room. You whirl around, finding her hovering between you and the basement stairs, looking you over with grim disappointment. She draws in close.
I was willing to let bygones be bygones, Keller. I was willing to ignore everything you did to me so we could get out of here, together. All I ever wanted was to leave this place. All I ever wanted was to find a way back home. Wherever home is.
Her eyes turn from wells of sorrow to pits of wrath as she stares into you.
I guess violence is the only language you speak.
Oh my god.
She forces her hand into your chest, and then... Yes? Nothing happens. Are you sure about that? Something should have happened.
It's so funny that the hero is scared.
And yet it didn't. We're fine.
Stare at her in silence.
You can't be sure if you first hear or feel what happens next, but it is over before you can fully conceptualize what it is. A horrific splintering, the squelching of organs, the rending of tissue, an icy, numbing pain.
I'm done asking. The next time I see you, I'm taking everything I owed, starting with your body. If you won't choose to give me my freedom, I'll just have to make you give it to me.
She's real now. If she's making us dead, we should return the favor.
Slay the princess.
You swing your blade towards her briefly corporeal throat. It connects. A gash widens across her neck, glowing ectoplasm leaking from the wound. But it's too little, too late. In her hand, you realize she clutches your still beating heart. It thumps unsettlingly. Did we get her? Even if we didn't, we've given her something to remember.
See you soon, killer.
I'm afraid you'll never know. As she crushes your precious organ in her hand, everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 3, The Wraith.
You're on a path in the wood, and here we go again. Off to slay her again. The deck's stacked, isn't it? We kill her, we start again.
Cheated.
She kills us as a goddamn ghost, we start again. I'm starting to think we're being run in circles just for the sake of it. Come on, let's not give in to all that misery just yet. There's got to be a way out of this. There's got to be a right answer. Yeah. And what if there isn't? Aren't you listening to me? What if all of this was rigged from the start? That's ridiculous. There'd be no point in all this if it was just some kind of cosmic busywork. I think that's exactly what it is. The powers that be seeing how many ways they can screw with us. Could be it's all some kind of sick joke to them. Okay, so you've already been here. Twice even. Great. Then let me poke a few holes in your depressing little theory. Nobody here is screwing with you, and I can't imagine any scenario where you would have started over after slaying the princess. Well, we didn't have to start over. We killed ourselves. And why, pray tell, did you do that? Because you decided to foist an infinite tedium on us. That doesn't sound like me. If I'd had everything my way, you would have effortlessly slain the princess, saved the world, and been given your happy ending. The ending was the tedium. You locked us in a cabin and sent that cabin to an endless void, and then you told us we were happy. Well, were you happy? Of course we weren't happy. That's why we killed ourselves. It was awful. Yes, and then she killed us. Even though she was already dead. This is all fake. Okay, let's try to get back on track. You're real. The princess is real. The world is real. The people in the world are real. And the danger she poses to all of them is also, quite unfortunately, real. Whatever you did the first time, it sounds like it almost worked. So how about you give it one last try? Because killing yourself seems to undo all the good you almost managed to accomplish. All this standing around and talking is boring. Let's at least do something. Maybe we'll kill her again. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll even free her.
Are you the same narrator we met on the other loops? You were quick to accept that we've been here
If I
before.
had to make a wager, I'd say yes and no. That's a hedge, not a wager. I haven't met you, but you've clearly met me. It sounds to me like you're hopping between parallel realities, in which case the me you just met here is the same collection of experiences as the me you met at all of those other beginnings, but their continuity breaks the moment you say or do anything, in effect making them all separate. So, yes, I'm the same me, but ever since the moment we started talking, I'm different. I'm not sure how we're supposed to kill him ourselves, but he's asking for it. Maybe there's some way she can take care of him for
Ooh, that's interesting.
They've clearly all been through some harrowing experiences. Don't let their baggage influence your decisions. You have the ability to see things clearly. I suggest you use it.
We've killed her and been killed by her, and neither of those things have gone well for us. If we're going to fall through this loop forever, eventually we're gonna have to let her out. We might as well do it now.
You're making a dizzying amount of assumptions. Your perceived reality looping twice before does not mean it will continue to do so forever. Those little voices have already drawn attention to the fact that even the path is different. The world itself is at a tipping point.
That's fair.
Know that there is always a choice. Even if you were stuck in an infinite loop, there's no reason to assume that the mere nature of the infinite would force you to make any specific choice. You do have free will, as much as things would be easier if you didn't, and you can just keep making the correct choice forever, never deviating. How convenient, everything always comes back to what you want us to do. I'm sick of him. Makes me want to end the world out of spite. On second thought, let's not kill him. Let's throw him someplace that never ends. I'd like to see what that does to him.
Alright, let's proceed to the cabin.
Down the path towards the cabin. It isn't long before you're steps away from your destination. I don't think you need any words of warning. I think you know what's in there, and despite your protestations, I think you know what you need to do. The more he talks, the more I'm interested in setting her free. Whatever. You don't want to listen to me? Do it then. Let her out. See what I care. It sounds like somebody's about to crack.
Are you trying to use reverse psychology on me, or have you just given up?
There's obviously no point in trying to reason with you right now, especially with all these clowns offering up their useless advice. Honestly, it seems like the more I try and talk sense into you, the more single-minded they get about letting her out. So yes, I'm done trying to argue. Would you look at that? We want... Take it however you will. The interior of the cabin is long and dark. A single narrow hallway stretching far into the distance.
Cool.
Curtains billow out from tall windows on either side, obscuring the path forward, fluttering helplessly as opposing gusts of wind rush into the building, clashing and joining and driving everything forward. The only furniture of note is... That's strange.
There's no blade.
What's strange? Is it the mirror? The mirror? No, there isn't a mirror. What's strange is that there isn't much of anything in here at all, aside from the curtains. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade? Great. Something else has been taken away from us. I suppose the only way to go is forward. So forward we will go. Blade or not, it doesn't really matter, does it?
Approach the mirror.
You slowly make your way towards the gaping maw that awaits you. Your fraying nerves buzz with trepidation, the chill wind raising your hackles as it gently pushes you forward, towards the darkness at the end of the hallway. You can't shake the feeling that you're being watched. We've always been watched. You're watching us right now. Sometimes the feeling is just stronger than others. I feel like you're trying to put us on edge. We don't need all this anticipation, we just need this to be over. You stop as you reach the end of the hallway, I presume in front of whatever mirror isn't actually there. What are the odds she's waiting for us right now, just out of sight, on the other side of that glass? You reach your arm forward into the pitch black of the opening. Nothing. It's like this place read our mind just to mess with us.
What you looking at, killer? Staring into the void? Thinking about what it'd be like to die again? I know exactly how you feel.
Shit. Where is she? You feel something long and frigid coil around your ankle. Your heart skips a beat, standing in muted shock for one long, frozen moment. And then she, the princess, constricts. Your bones snap.
Oh God.
Icy pain radiates up from the break, a deep cold flooding your veins as your legs, numb with the shock of it, collapse, and you collapse with them.
This
You're
is
met
so
with the
different. Oh my
terrifying
God.
visage of the princess.
Hey, her
Her hand
feet.
grips your leg in a steel vice, her grin carved jagged from ear to ear,
Oh my
crowded
God.
with far too many long and crooked teeth.
That's the most terrifying she's ever been.
But do you know how I feel? I gave you a path to forgiveness. I gave you a chance to make things right. I thought maybe you'd seen what you've done and feel remorseful. Maybe try to make it up to me. But no, you'd rather use that knife to keep making the same mistake over and over and over. Even after I ripped your heart out, you still cut me. And for what? I didn't go anywhere. You didn't banish me. I'm right back here with you. A little better, a little worse. Well, maybe a lot worse. So, here's how this is going to go. I'm going to take your body, and I'm going to walk it out of here. And you get to watch me do it. Completely helpless. Just like you left me.
I say we let her do it. It's something different. Do we even have a choice? You always have a choice. Maybe before, but not now. There isn't a blade this time. Exactly. What choice is there if there isn't a blade? Well, unless you have any specific ideas, I think my vote's the only one that counts.
Alright, choices, or the lack thereof. Struggle. Look, we're even now. I killed you and then you killed me. Water under the bridge, right?
And you think that's even? How adorable. But I think you forgot about the part where you tried killing me again. If I were you, I would just want to get it over with. You lost your chance to call the shots. There's no going back to fix it now. You can either look on in horror or celebrate my freedom. But either way, you're about to become a passenger.
Struggle.
You violently struggle against the princess, but all you manage to do is grind the fragments of your splintered ankle together. You can't shake free from her now.
It's so easy to make you squirm. But I won't be crueler than I have to be. I don't even want to cause any more damage. It'll be hard enough for me to walk out of here on that broken ankle.
You remain pinned to the floor of the long hallway as the rest of the
Oh my
princess's
God.
body emerges. Her proportions all wrong, limbs bent and curling, moving in ways that defy your understanding.
Okay, so if she's gonna possess our body, then we might as well try to make us do as much damage to our body before she can.
Her torso stretches until her face is practically touching yours, her neck cracking audibly as she twists to look at you from a fresh angle. Are you sure you can't do anything to help us? Can't you, like, manifest a rock right on top of her head? And crush you along with her? Not that I even can manifest a rock. Besides, I thought you all wanted to free the princess.
I didn't.
Not like this. You don't even have a weapon. So I'm afraid you're out of luck, which unfortunately means that I, and the rest of the world, are out of luck too. And whose fault is it there isn't a weapon here? Yours, I assume. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Whatever you did in those previous lives of yours, you really messed up. Are you seriously trying to blame this on us? Your vision fades as she tears open the membrane of your soul. You're awake. Eyes once again fixed on the long hallway, your vision swimming as the princess's command reverberates inside your skull.
Cool.
Her voice is all-encompassing. You feel wrong. So, cramped in here. Like there's some sort of growth trying to push us all out. I know. You rise to your feet, though the pain in your ankle is blinding. Your body slumps against the wall, desperately leaning into it for support. There's another option, you know.
Oh, and what's that?
Don't help either of them. Flip the table.
And how do you do that? You don't have a will to wield. Your soul is inflamed with courage.
That gap where the mirror was, I don't think it goes anywhere.
Ooh,
Let's throw
smart.
ourselves into the abyss.
You wouldn't dare. Move now.
Is this reverse psychology?
Your body, still slumped against the wall, trapped between the princess's overwhelming will and the blinding pain of your splintered ankle, takes an excruciating step towards the cabin door. The movement is stiff, your body reduced to a marionette, pulled reluctantly along by your strings.
It's not that bad. The pain feels good. Because I know you feel it too.
Throw your body into the abyss.
In a single moment of overwhelming willpower, you tear your body from the wall and hurl it towards the gaping abyss.
I won't let you do this.
Capillaries burst and muscle fibers tear as you and the princess struggle over the reins of your body. One foot planted firmly on the edge where the floor ends, and the nothing begins. It's unquestionable that her reserves are greater than yours, but fortunately for you, the distance you have to cover is far shorter. Enough is enough. I'm tired of us always losing. It's just a step away.
Even if you throw yourself into the abyss, you still lose.
You throw everything you have against her and manage, for one brief moment, to overpower the princess's hold on your body. But that moment was all you needed. Your foot slips a few inches, and you collapse forward, the darkness swallowing you whole.
Why do you hate me?
Her thought slips through you, unheeded, as you fall, and fall, and fall.
Oh my god.
What an end. But at least it's ours. An empire of frigid nothing. I don't think this qualifies as saving the world, but at least you didn't ruin it.
It's something.
What happens now?
If you knew what happens now, you wanted it.
But I want to know what he thinks happens now.
I don't think you're going to find that out.
Oh? And why is that?
You should pay better attention to your head.
The narrator.
Gone. It's just you and you and you and me. Idiots.
He's gone. But
Terminal velocity ceases and you feel a something, a mass, a growth torn out of you. You and the princess look at each other for a short moment.
What's happening to me?
Yay! But you don't answer her before she's gone and you feel a resistance underneath your feet once more. Memory returns.
she's gone. Where did she go?
Alright.
This doesn't feel right. It feels it's going to do something to us. I can feel it. Ignore the cowards. You have to look.
It's just us. Oh, we've grown.
Flickering lights and empty
Whoa.
cityscapes become pockets
So
of
creepy.
vitality and movement.
Alright, I think I've gone through all the dialogue here. So I'm just ready to go back.
I await your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
You're on a path.
I'm on a path indeed. Let's go to the... let's save. Maybe just an empty slot. Go to the main menu. Take a look at memories. So, the new memories we just got are the Wraith. And there's 3 sections that we didn't choose. And also the Spectre. Wait. I got something else, right? Yeah, the Stranger. The Wraith, the Spectre, and the Stranger. Cool, we got everything except for one choice. See through her eyes at the end of everything. Wow, lots of stuff went differently with the Spectre. Alright. So, I can see now that actually completing the game, like 100% completionist ending, is going to take a very long time. I don't really have time for that in one video, obviously, so I'm happy with a couple of endings I got now. But please comment and let me know if you want to see more videos of Slay This Princess. This is probably going to be the last video if there's not, like, explicit interest in more. I might just play the game on my own time, because I'm still interested in playing through it, but yeah, please let me know. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank y'all so much for watching. Bye bye.